So I just remembered a video of this guy who makes it looks like legit real cash, but it's what they call Hollywood calls prop money. So what I found out was this guy was revealing. He didn't say the social media accounts that were doing this, but a lot of people were buying fake prop money to make themselves look like millionaire or billionaire status people online, and they're pretending to give away money to people to gain multiple followers and subscribers to their channel. Now, I think in a sense of a way that's cruel and selfish to pretend that you're something you're not, and also in another way, it's a clever way to gain thousands upon thousands or even millions of subscribers that think they're really going to get money off who you are. Um, but the reality was, it was just fake. It was just all for show. They they made these videos where they made it look like they're making people rich, and their angle was just to gain enough subscribers and followers to make themselves rich. So if they hit like a 1 million mark on the subscriber level, well, that will pretty well like make them rich. And then from there, they can possibly, if they want to, change themselves into like this legit person giving cash away, then they can do so. But or they continue on doing their fake prop videos where they're not giving nobody no money and they're collecting money themselves. So I'm just like, I don't know who these people are, but I can assume who some of them are because they got some pretty bad acting in their videos. Um, but I'm not going to say any names because I don't want to cause any online trouble here. But just think about that first. Are they actually giving out real money or not? You know, and then just think of. So that's my idea of you're gonna subscribe to somebody. Are they an actual legit person online, or they're fake and they're pretending it? I myself would never do that. I would never go buy fake money and pretend I'm some millionaire and go online and beg for subscribers that way. I would never do that. I do mine the way I want, and like if people like who I am and they want to hear more of me, uh, and think about these things in life, and like maybe you never thought about it. You just thought, oh yeah, it's a great idea. Let's hop aboard and get this free money, But I'm just letting people know that those people are phony and they're making their way to the top by lying to people and manipulating them and stuff like that. And to me, in my opinion, is I personally would not do that myself. That's not my characteristics to be that type of person. Everything I do in my life is honest and respectful and caring and loving from my point of view. So what people don't know about me, I spoke about this before. I've been doing outreach work for 32 years. I started in Vancouver, and then I started doing it in the community. And some of the people in the community are surprised. It's only because I don't brag about what I'm doing, because like I don't get paid for what I do. So basically, what I do is I hand out clean substance abuse stuff for people. So if they're a needle user, so they get water, cooking spoon, rubber bands, syringes, Sharpie boxes, rubber bands to tie your arm up, alcohol wipes to sterilize the skin. And some ask for it. They ask for the injections so that prevent you from overdosing and stuff. And now they have this nasal spray stuff too now. So they're using both. Um, or if they're a crystal meth user, they get a meth bubble. Or if they smoke crack cocaine, they get a straight glass stem. And I generally use these little rubber things that go on your pipes. So if you have a crystal meth bubble, there'll be a rubber nipple to go on there. Or if you're smoking crystal meth, there'll be a rubber thing that holds to go on there. So basically, what it's for is when you have oral. So let's just say your gums are bleeding, or you have sores on your lips here, and you're sharing your pipe with somebody, or let's just say to use that glass stem for snorting cocaine. So basically, what it's doing is like trying to prevent that from getting passed to one another, and then from there, nobody will get any like STDs or um, maybe hepatitis C or stuff like that, you know. So I'm just trying to prevent the spread of any of that from happening to any of my clients. So that's why I hand out the little tiny rubber hoses with it. So my worker will give me a length of it, and what I'll do is I'll cut them into, um, I don't know, probably like 2.5 inch lengths, I guess. And then I have them in a separate bag. So when I hand those um, things out, I'll offer the rubber hoses with it. And sometimes they don't like using it, and sometimes they don't know what it's for, unless I explain it to them and tell them it's just meant to prevent from people from spreading things from one another. Because I notice they sit in a circle and they'll pass around a pipe and share their drugs with each other. But the oral things that happen when you put the pipe in your mouth. So let's say your gums are bleeding, or your lips got sores on them, or you're sick or whatever. So that's just reason why I'm saying this, because I don't want anybody to pass anything to each other. So it's kind of like in the prevention plan. Um, but there's other times where I have to go find out where they are, and because sometimes they leave stuff lying around, like dangerous things, like a used cooking spoon, or needles, or maybe some broken straight stems, or broken crystal meth bubbles. So I got to keep track of where they're at, and then what I do is I go there, pick it all up, and so if there's needles, I carry spare Sharpie boxes with me so I can put the needles in there. As for the other stuff, well, for the cooking spoons, I usually try to crush them and then put them in the box, because nobody should be using anybody else's leftover paraphernalia. So don't do it if you're desperate, because okay, so let's just say for prime example, so one user was a heroin addict, another user was a crack addict. So both of them will cook their drugs in a spoon. Heroin addict will cook the drugs in a spoon to inject it, and the crack person will cook their drugs in a spoon to inject it as well. But also, they could be cooking it into crack cocaine. So either way, so if that one little spoon had something else in there, and that person doesn't use that drug, and then they could overdose on whatever was left in there. So with me picking these things up will prevent somebody from overdosing, you know? Because it's not like they're going to be a responsible addict and leave a note saying, don't use this spoon because I cooked this certain drug in there. You know, you would never see that. So that's why it's crucial for me to try to find these locations and get them cleaned up as soon as possible, to prevent these things from happening. It happened a few times, like people by accident found a pipe, not knowing what was inside there. So what the person did was they had mixed crystal meth and heroin inside their bubble, and the other person picked it up and thought it was just a crystal meth bubble, not knowing it had heavy doses of heroin in there, and they almost died. And so you can see the dangers in this type of work that, like, not for me, but for the people that are consuming. Um, so I'm trying to give people education to let people know that what dangers people that are on the street that are using, and yeah, so I'm trying to the best I can to try to clean this up before somebody else gets in jeopardy with it, and then the other thing too is I've been helping out the homeless people in this community. A long time ago, there was like less than 5 people that had nowhere to live, and now the numbers have gone up. It's overwhelming now with so many people. It's so basically what I do with them is like I help them relocate their shelters, pack their stuff up and move them somewhere else. Or sometimes they ask me to watch their tent while they go shopping or go whatever, right? You know, if they got to go somewhere and they got a lot of valuables in there. So some of the people depend on me to watch their homeless shelters while they're doing whatever, right? So if they got to go to the grocery store or go to the doctor or something or whatever, they'll ask me to help out, and that's what I do with them. So if I'm not relocating them, I'm babysitting their belongings so no one will steal it from them. But sometimes it's not a fellow addict stealing from them. Sometimes an organization called SCRD will come along and take all their belongings and put it in their truck and drive it to the dump. They're not even giving them a chance to get anything back that belonged to them, so they got to start all over with nothing. And but that actually calmed down. They stopped doing that so much to the people. At one point, it was the RCMP and the SCRD picking on the homeless people, and the community at large was getting upset about them because what attracted attention to them was them wandering around town, and they don't dress properly like us and stuff, and sometimes they'll use their drugs in public and stuff, but it also made a bad situation so that not all of them were guilty of everything that they said they were guilty of, but society made it sound like they were. Some of the people were stealing things. There's too many things to list random items that were stolen in the past 11 years. So they automatically think they're guilty of something that's been stolen because they'll target their area first to find out if anything that was stolen was down there. So that's another thing too. So these are all the things that I deal with in my community. Pretty sure there's multiple communities that have the same situation, but nobody's possibly doing what I'm doing. Because some people get paid for these things, but I don't. Like I say, I've been getting $0 since I started, and I was 19 when I got involved with it, and I'm now 51. So do the math on that, and you can figure out how long I've been involved with it now. So both situations I've been helping out, and I haven't got any money for it. I don't think there's such thing as money for working with homeless people, but as an outreach worker, there is. I did ask a while back for money for it, but I got denied by 3 different organizations, and also my band office denied me too. Only because they didn't understand what it was. You know, they don't know. They don't have that at our band office. You know. So yeah, I have a lot of experience with the people on the streets. I just figured I'd throw some awareness about that, so that people, because you probably haven't saw it. It's in my video file somewhere in my profile where I did talk about this in the past, and just thought to make another video for the new viewers that don't know any information about me, about some of the things I'm involved with, and but now you know. So this is awareness video of what I'm involved with in my life, and yeah, so it's a very stressful situation sometimes, um, especially dealing with trying to help the homeless people out when I'm trying to relocate them and they're getting harassed. It frustrates me when they do that because, like, they'd have to literally be in their shoes to know what it's like, what they're going through, like, mentally and emotionally, like they're being picked on. And it's very disturbing. So, give me a thumbs up if you like the video. Sorry for making a bit of a longer video, but I wanted to get some information out there and let people know these things that are new to my channel, because they probably didn't look at all my videos yet. And I have a lot of videos. I got over 500 videos. So, anyways, just wanted to get that off my chest and let people know. So leave some comments on my videos if you like what you hear. And subscribe if you're new to this channel. Okay? Everybody have a blessed day. And thank God for opening your eyeballs and enjoying to see another day. I also have gratitude for the good old Lord, because, I do believe each day we have on this little earth of ours, I give him the gratitude for it. I believe in him, I love him, respect him, and I pray for certain things in my life. And you know what? I think prayer works, because sometimes things come my way and work out in my benefit, So I think if you believe, things will work out in the long run. So until then, I'll talk to you guys later.